The term pit bull can be dated back to the early 1800s of the United Kingdom. Back then, English bulldogs were used in bull baiting as entertainment. In 1835, the Cruelty to Animal Act was enacted, which protected bulls and bears from baiting. Dogfighting and ratting was next, in which bulldogs were put into pits with rats to see who could kill the most rats first, hence the pit and pit bulls. Because of ratting, due to both activities requiring agility and speed, they crossed bulldogs with terriers, creating the now known pit bull. When the British crossed over to the United States, along came their pit bulls. During the first years of America, pit bulls were used in farm work, security, hunting, family dogs, even nanny dogs. During World War I and World War II, they were used in battle and the nation's mascot. Back then, pit bulls were loved and seen as equals by the whole nation. 1976. The Animal Welfare Act was passed that made dogfighting illegal in all 50 states. This sparked dogfighting up again in the 1980s. Pit bulls were money-making schemes and were overbred, becoming associated with poverty, urban thugs, and crime. The media soon made the pit bulls seem vicious, dangerous, and to be feared. Pit bulls filled up the shelters, being discarded as a danger. 20 years later, after the pit bull was deemed a danger by the media, they now receive more positive media attention due to the education and organizations devoted to helping pit bulls. They are now used in police work, armed forces, service dogs, family dogs, and therapy dogs. Pit bulls are still feared today. Despite the positive media attention, there is still negativity, further filling up the shelter.
You go into any of the shelters, especially in the state of Oklahoma, you go into Tulsa Animal Welfare on any given day, you will see that in the stray hold / adoption area of dogs, so let's say out of 115 dogs they have, I guarantee you on any given day, at least 80 of that amount, I'm not going to say they have 115 dogs that they're at least 70% of those dogs are going to be classified as in the pit bull family.
It is more likely for a pit bull attack to make it on the news rather than any other breed. In return, that one dog represents out of the hundreds of pit bulls in the area, classifying them as dangerous.
I would say, let's say since I began with Animal Aid, it'll be 5 years in May. I would say 65% of our intake, in general, dogs and cats, 65% are pit bull mixes. I've worked with a lot. And every one of the animals that come into our system have been sick, abused, sick or injured, and definitely have lived through some sort of abuse, neglect. They've been hit, they've been shot at, they've been attempted to be ran over, they've been ran over. They have been ran over and then purposely dragged for 1.5 miles and then left with their skin coming off, their degloving off of their body. They've been burned alive and lived through it. Stella was a girl that we got. You see his eye? You see her ear? Out of all the doctors' opinions of what happened to this dog, because that's how she came in, they were all in agreement that obviously something happened to where the eye stretched upward. I've never worked with a dog that acted more abused. She definitely lived through some torture that she couldn't shake. I had multiple doctors try to say that maybe she was stabbed and the head healed properly somehow on its own. Maybe hot grease, a big bucket of it, was dumped on her. And her skin, as it got cooled off, stretched upward. And had some doctors say that maybe she was shot at and then burned to melt the skin together. Whatever it was, something extremely traumatic happened to her. Like if you looked at her, she could still see out of that left eye. And I tell people all the time, quit looking at her like that. Quit looking at her like that. It hurts her feelings. And you could tell it hurt her feelings. She wanted you to look in her good eye. Never once did she growl at me when I looked in her good eye and I told her she's a good baby. But if you looked in her bad eye and people would sit there and look at her like she was ugly or something was wrong with her, yeah, she'd growl at them. I would too. Why are you looking at me like that, you know?
There are many stories like Stella's that still happen today. They just want to be loved. Happily, that happened for this sweet dog named Coco.
I adopted her when she was 6 months old. I saw her picture on the website for Tulsa Animal Welfare. I could see something was kind of wrong with her face, and I went in and I was talking to them about it. A man owned her since she was a puppy up to 6 months and beat her daily so bad that she lost an eye, so I had them remove her eye. When I brought her home, she was too terrified to come inside. She thought she was going to get hit for eating. She's wonderful now. She's just super calm. She loves to play. She just wants to cuddle. Her favorite thing is to sleep on a bed or on the couch.
Pitbulls are the most misunderstood breed in America. They have the most human-like features, are a wonderful family dog that just want to be by your side, very intelligent with a high level of energy and a dedication to their family.